What's going on, guys? I'm Goon. Today I'm going to be teaching the newcomers to Dark and Darker kind of how to play the game. So when you first load up, you're going to create your character. You'll load up into this screen. There won't be a character here, though. You'll create a character in the bottom right. There are a ton of different characters with different abilities to pick from. Everything from Wizard Ranger to shapeshifting as a Druid. If you like playing instruments, you can play a Bard. There are a ton of different characters to match every single play style. I chose Cleric for this video because, in my opinion, starting off, it's probably one of the easiest characters to play to make money until you kind of understand the mechanics of the game and the mobs and how to fight them. The downside is he is probably one of the slowest characters, so running away and interacting with chests and opening doors is going to be slower than if you were to pick a different character like a rogue or a ranger. But that's a little bit besides the point. I'm going to focus this video mostly on the basics just to get new players into the game. It's an amazing game. It's a dungeon extraction, looter killer extraction. There is a PvE mode, which I highly recommend day one gamers to the game. In the bottom left, you'll see here in the PvE campaign. These ones will be locked because you have to pay 1,000 gold to unlock them. So starting off, you'll be at the Forgotten Castle. When you first get to the game, it's a little bit overwhelming and a little confusing to learn everything. So we're going to go over all the tabs at the top first. As a new gamer, this season thing isn't really going to mean too much to you. I would honestly not worry about that for now. Same with the religion. Religion's good to pick if you're looking for some rewards. So if you pay out into the religion, you get some rewards back, including unique skins, which I'm very close to, as you've seen. For these skills, so this is where it's going to be huge. As you level up your character, you'll get reward tokens. You can redeem them here in the skills tab. It's essentially free gear. So it'll give you a selection of 3 different things you can pick from, and then you can click on it and receive that gear. You won't get that until you've ran some matches, though, so that's going to be a little bit further down the road for you. Perks and skills. So this is really important. The first thing you're going to want to do, depending on what character you select, is go through all of these and read them. Figure out what they do. If you're curious about stats, so like this one, for instance, 10 strength. If you're curious about what the stats do, how they affect your character, you simply move your mouse over to the left side of the screen and it will tell you. The breakdown in this game is phenomenal for that, in my opinion. All you have to do is simply go find this here in the skills. It's on the left-hand side of the screen in your stash tab. You just hit open details and you can see all of it here on the left-hand side. But it's essentially a full breakdown of your character. What affects your character and how. It's phenomenal. Some of it, if you're curious, just ask questions in the comment. I'll answer as fast as I can. But I think that they break it down pretty simple for the most part. Like action speed. What is action speed? Increases the speed of your physical attacks and blocks. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? It's pretty simple stuff. So the perks are going to affect it. For this video, I'm actually going to go in. I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm going to do advanced healer just because healing myself. Starting off, you're going to have no money, so you won't be able to buy meds, which we'll get to that in a second. So I'm just, for this video, for the sake of newcomers, I'm just going to run advanced healer. And then for my skills, I'm going to run Holy Purification. What it does is basically shoots out an orb that does 100 magical damage to any enemies in a 7.5 meter radius. So it's amazing for newcomers because if you're getting overwhelmed by mobs, you just activate that. There is a cooldown for it. So once you use it, I think it's 45 or 60 seconds or something before you can use it again. I'll go over that in raid. For the spells, I'm going to use Lesser Heal and Holy Light. Biggest reason Lesser Heal is 20 HP for myself. If you just look up into the air and cast, you'll self-cast it onto you. Holy Light, this is going to hit Skelly and do 100 divine magical damage to undead targets. And then the other stuff is a little overwhelming for the newcomers. I don't really want to go over too much information in this video all at once. Like as I said before, I'm going to focus on the basics. So for this, I created a brand new character. You're going to start out with one stash tab. If you buy the game, you'll have a shared stash tab that all of your characters can use at once. And then if you're a pleb like me, you'll spend more money on the game because you love it and you support it, and you'll have an extra shared stash tab. That's the biggest differences in getting the full version. That's the real perk of getting the full version on top of having multiple characters, which is huge. After going through the skills, we're going to be at our stash tab, just your inventory, your stash space, pretty simple. Merchants. So I'm going to go over the bare necessities right now. Alchemist is going to sell you your potions of healings. Surgeon's going to sell you your bandages. Important. Those are your meds. You need those in raid. The better the bandage. So as you see, this one is recovers 15 HP. This one recovers 18 HP. The better the bandage, the more it's going to heal you. And the faster it's going to heal you, I think. Yeah, so this is 20 health over 17 seconds, where the gray one's 20 health over 20 seconds. So that's huge. The better the meds, obviously, the higher your chances of survival once you get into a battle. The collector, when you get out of raid, you're going to have like bracelets and basically jewelry and like little gold items, treasure, if you will. You're going to go to the collector to sell all of those. I would recommend saving your gems. Your gems are used in Goldsmith to restock it. So I'll give you an example here. If you have a piece of gear and you want, like, say you're making a fighter and you don't need magic penetration, you're going to click here and then you can re-roll that for a different stat using the gems that you have found in raid. Huge, mind you. Huge. So back in the day, you couldn't do that. And it was all down to what you found. Now you can actually make your own gear and make it better, which is phenomenal. Expressman, if you go, there's red downs in the game, and it's basically a deeper level of the dungeon. If you go down those, there's going to be a guy standing there you can interact with and give him stuff. He will deliver that here, and then you just give him a little bit of gold to receive it back. Squire's going to be your base kit man. You're going to go through him. You can see what all of the stuff. As you level him up, you'll have better items and more items and a larger selection to pick through. And different characters will have different things. Anyway, I digress. You're going to go through these and essentially select your base kit. You can also build yourself a kit and swap it out. And, oh, that's funny. And if it wasn't a Squire kit, it would have went here. And then you can just have presets are ready to go. So if you die, you can just come back here and change your gear, or if you're wearing good gear that you don't want to wear in, you just put it into your stash tab and then you come back to the Squire and you can equip base gear. So for example, if that's off, I can hit equip base gear and it will put it onto me. So you're never going to be going into the game naked, and he'll always give you a couple of meds and a couple of potions of healings to start out. The reason why I picked Cleric for this is because I'm going to go in with no meds, because when you start the game you have 0 gold, so I'm going to play it like it's my very first raid. A lot of them, they just sell different things you can use. So like that's for the bard, different character. Armor, weaponsmith, woodsman, and the higher you get them through doing quests, the more stuff and the better tier stuff they will sell. Now I know this is kind of out of order, we're gonna jump back really quick to the play scene. When you get into here, there's going to be a quest log in the bottom right. These are going to be all your quests, and that's how you level up the traders, that's why I went back, just to show you this real quick. The other stuff is kind of more advanced stuffy. So basically, that's what all we're going to go over for the merchants for now. To become a trader, there's actually which I will hop characters really quick just to show you guys that. So to become a trader, you just have to hit level 15 or 25 or something like that. It's a level. It's a certain level, and it doesn't take that long to get to, really. Also, the beginning of wipe, because this game does wipe, at the beginning of wipes, they do not have an open market. And that's the most fun the game is, in my opinion, because it's you're not coming across people in full bis. Like, yes, you can find some gems and then slot some stuff and make some pretty decent bis, but you're not finding people with like max rolls quite yet. When I say max rolls, I mean, so see these blue lines here, 1% action speed, demon damage reduction. Those, when you find stuff in the dungeon, will have a random number and a random attribute. Abyss roll stands for best in slot, and that random attribute. So let's say if you were a wizard and you wanted will and knowledge, and this had +3 knowledge is cap. So that's Abyss roll. So if you ever hear the word Abyss, it just means best in slot. Anyway, I digress. This is the market. Once you get to a certain level, you unlock this. As you see on the other character, this was all blacked out. It's like 15 to 25 gold to become one, which is almost nothing. So there's a trading post where people actually go in and trade. Typically, you're just going to see the best items in game for like insane prices. But then there's the marketplace. So if you want any, so let's say we want some riveted gloves. Those are strength-based gloves. And let's say we wanted them of the rare quality. You just go through there and then punch those in and then hit search. and you're going to find exactly what you want. So let's say if you wanted strength on here on this side, you're going to go over here to the random attribute. Oh wait, they're strength based. I'm sorry. Let's say vigor, because vigor affects your health pool. Then you're going to do that, and you can find some with vigor. And if you look through them, you'll see different levels. To my knowledge, blue on blues 3 is the cap roll. So if you wanted like a full bit set, you're gonna go through 'em until you find 3 vigor. Yeah, right there. So 3 vigor. So it's 6. It's gonna cost more. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be a little bit better piece of equipment at that point. Gathering Hall, I use this to find friends. You know, if I want somebody to join the party, someone comes through chat. Hey, can I play? Yeah, absolutely. All right, go to Gathering Hall. Boom, you're in here. Back in the day, this used to be popping. And you could actually find people in here, but now it's kind of died out, and a lot of people use Discords now. Customize. This is, if you want to spend some money in the game, and you get some cool emotes, stuff like that. It's always funny. Yeah, this game's fun. And in the shop, that's where you go to purchase things. Anyway, I'm going to go all the way back here and play it just like I am new. I'm going to run the PvE campaign. You don't want to get right into PvP. You want to understand the mobs first. That's huge to me. I guess we'll go over these really fast. Battle modes. Arena opens on the weekends. It's really fun. It's 3v3s, and it's in one little node, one square. And then Square to Riches is 0 to Heroes. You come in with base gear. Everybody comes in with base gear. It's teams of 3s, trios. It's pretty cool. And then there's PvE campaign. Now, if you team up with people at first, it's going to take a little bit longer. So as you see, there's only trios on this. We're going to start off just like I'm a new player. Oh, I am on the wrong character, though. So hold on 1 second. All right, so we are on this character. PvE, trios, Forgotten Castle. If you don't want to play with other players, right here where it says select server, you're going to have to hit do not fill empty party member slots. As a new player, you can fill it. Sometimes there's cool people, really cool people in the game that will teach you stuff. Sometimes there's not. I'm going to keep it unselected as if I'm a solo for now. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into the raid. All right, we are in raid. So this is a node. This is what I was talking about. Once you get in, you're going to hit map M to open up your map. You can see this blue right here is a drawbridge. That's a guaranteed exfil. You have to wait for it to activate, though. If you go there at the very beginning of raid, you won't be able to activate, or you won't be able to get out. What I recommend for your first raid is just fight a couple of mobs and get the hang of the mobs. Understand how they swing, their swinging patterns, and how to dodge. So what I'll do first and foremost, and there's videos too on YouTube. There's amazing videos on YouTube on how to dodge every single mob attack. So I recommend looking those up. So the mobs, blocking, you have to look the direction that you block in. And they do different swipes. So he was doing the overhand swipe, and then he did a cross swipe. And the reason why I said I was going to go Cleric is this Mika Vista right here, in case I get overwhelmed. As a new player, it's really good. It basically insta-kills any undead targets. There's all kinds of really cool things in this game. So I'm swinging this slow because I don't have dexterity. The higher your dexterity, the faster I'll swing, along with action speed. You stack those, and my guy would be like, phew, phew, phew. It's actually pretty crazy. There's a lot of things in this game you want to keep your eyes out for. All kinds of hidden levers. Perfect spawn to show off this. That give secret areas that have good things to mine for money. Along with some treasure. Lots of hidden broken rooms. This one's pretty obvious. You just see through there. But then the other thing is there's a lot of small bosses and stuff like, oh yeah, look, another trap. Lots of bosses. So this guy's relatively easy to kill. I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing that just because of this video. I wouldn't recommend going at him your very first raid. Unless you have a cleric and you have heals that you can heal yourself with. And keep the battle going. But for the sake of this, we're going to show you guys loot and getting out. And in a future video, we'll do a red down, and we'll teach you some more stuff. If you guys ever have any questions about where items spawn, about where certain mobs are at, basically anything, just holler at me. Let me know. Leave a comment. I'll help you out. I'll post a video. If it's an easy explain, I'll just reply to the comment type of stuff. A lot of the mobs too, once they're aggroed on you, if you just keep running, you can kite them to a door. get through the door and close the door. They can break it, though. If you're close enough for them to attack and they go to attack you and they hit that door is broken and I can keep moving through. But for the sake of this video, we're basically showing you how to get in, get a little bit of money, and get out. If you spawn near this drawbridge, this is a little cemetery, there's really good money to be had in the cemetery, and you don't have to fight a ton of different mobs. Anyway, so what I was going to do really quick was show you guys a little bit of loot, and then the evac, how this drawbridge works. This other drawbridge down here is the same way. There's a lot more mobs down there, though, to fight to get to it, but it works the same way. So you're gonna find all kinds of tombs, chests, which I think I walked past one that I could show you really quick. Basically lootables. Oh, I guess not. There's chests, there's tombs, there's breakable pots, but you're gonna open up those to find your loot on top of killing certain mobs. Different mobs give you different types of loot. For instance, the walking zombies that fart is what we call them. They're farters. Those ones drop armor, like chest pieces. These typically have good jewelry in them, which these are the sellables that I was telling you guys go to collector. And then these will be sold to, like, woodsmen, depending on the rolls. If they have good rolls, you obviously keep them and use them. But once you go in, you get your inventory completely filled up. You're going to find an exfil. That's all good. And get out. There's different types of lootables. Like royal coffins, they always have better loot than others. As you play, you'll kind of learn which have what to get the hang of the game. Once you've gotten everything that you want, until you're ready to take that step and go deeper into the dungeons, I would recommend getting at least a better kit before you go deeper, like maybe green, full green, just so you have a little bit better understanding of the mobs. And you're gonna get out. Sell your loot, make that money, rinse and repeat. When you're in the raid, if you want to focus on your quests, you're just going to tap L, and that'll open up all of your quests and show you. And as you see, this is timed. So once you activate that, you want to get out relatively quick. I mean, that's basically it. That's how you play the game. Loot, kill, exfil, sell, do it all over again. PvE is really fun when learning the game. I use it now for practicing bosses with my friends. So there's a couple bosses I don't know how to fight yet, like actual bosses, not the little golem that I showed you guys down low there. I use PvE to practice those bosses. It's phenomenal. When you go PvE, if you die in PvE, this is huge. If you die in PvE mode, after that match ends, so if you die early in the match, it's going to take like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. After that match ends, after the lobby closes, the Goblin Merchant under service will have all of your gear for you. So it's amazing to practice anything in. If you have a really good kit you don't want to lose, but you want to practice a boss, throw that on, run PvE, practice the boss. If you die, just chill out, wait a second. You'll get it all back from the Goblin Merchant, except for your pickaxes, your utilities. So if you don't bring in a legendary pickaxe if you're practicing bosses. Got a buddy that may or may not have done that. I mean, that's basically it. The game's a blast. Learn the mobs. There's 1,000 videos out here. Here, I'll show you. Oh, workshops. I didn't go over workshops. So really quick, workshops you can make, and once you unlock the workshops, spending the gold and then upgrading them to make them better, you can upgrade your gear here and have chances for different roles. And you can scrap out other stuff in lobby for gear scrap in order to craft better stuff. It's honestly great. It is great. But yeah, that's basically it. If it was a little scatterbrained, I'm sorry. I just kind of winged the video. I've had people ask me, how do I play the game? And that's basically it. If this video helped you out, be sure to drop a like, subscribe for some more content. Be sure to also send this video to all your new friends that you're trying to get into the game. It'll help break down and save you some time explaining everything that, you'd have to. I love, guys. Take it easy.